Oh yeah, I know what? I forgot to do one other thing in this little video series on basics. We're gonna talk about something people always ask me. What do the different calibers mean? As y'all know, the United States and maybe I think 2 other countries, they're under the Imperial system of measurement, and the rest of the world uses the metric system. Can y'all see that? Yep. Alright. In America, everything is based on the inch. Inch, foot, that inch is the smallest measurement. Metric system, millimeter. And it goes up. Most of our caliber, if it's an American caliber, is going to be some portions of an inch. You know what I mean? Like if you had a ruler and this was 1 inch, wide, that's your head point. Just put some dots in here. I'm not gonna go and put in everything. If it's 50 caliber, like when most people, they say 50 caliber machine gun or rifle, then it's 1/2 inch. The bullet in diameter, if you put some calibers on it, it'll be 1/2 inch, technically. So when you get calibers like 22, it's normally a decimal in front of it, but when people don't say it like, they don't say decimal 22 or 0.22 of an inch. 44, they don't say 0.44 hundredths of an inch. 38, they don't say 0.38, 38 hundredths of an inch. 45, they don't say 45 hundredths of an inch or nothing like that. But they're decimal points. That's their measurements under an inch. If you're looking at the measurement of the diameter of the bullet, you know what I mean? Just pretending that's a bullet head, not the entire casing, but the actual bullet itself that would strike a person or a target. What else you have? You got 357. You got 40 caliber, which is .40. I don't know. I hope y'all can see all that. So those are, when you're looking at U.S. measurements, that's what you have. Now you also have something like 223, which is actually .224, I think, in a bullet head, but people call them as 223, which the AR-15, M16, when you're talking about the military, M4, that's what they shoot. But it has a metric equivalent, which is 5.56 millimeters. So if you took 223 and measured it, and converted it to millimeters, it should be equivalent. Basically, and this is not exact, but it's the general. These are generalized measurements when you looking at the diameter of the bullet, and that's why you see people say 223, 5.56, just like you have 308, which runs 7.62, which is actually, you'll notice most of the stuff in the metric system, when we're dealing with metric or rifle calibers, they'll have by something 5.56. Actually, the full number is 5.56 by 45 millimeters, meaning the case, where's the empty case? Is about 45 millimeters long, if you were to measure it. So the bullet's 5.56 in diameter. The case is 45 millimeter long, just like you're dealing with 7.62 by 51. This bullet is 7.62 millimeters in diameter, and a 51 millimeter length case. So just like with the AK-47, it shoots a 7.62 bullet, but its case length is 39 millimeters. So it's shorter. It has less powder, so it has technically less power, depending on the context of how you look at power. So those are some of the basics. When you look at the metric system, you'll see a lot of metric is very familiar when it comes to rifle calibers. You know, like, but when it comes to pistol calibers, and you generally looking at 9mm. It's one of the most popular calibers in the world. And 9mm actually has a lot of different variety to it. You got 9 by 19 millimeters, 9 by 18, which the Soviets use. You got 9 by 21 millimeters. I think it's a 9 by 25. I might be wrong about that, but I'm almost positive. Can't remember right offhand. I don't know why I put Soviet, but that's an old, Russian caliber. These are something you pretty much gonna find. The 921, 25 you're gonna find in competitions. That's not average. But that's just a little bit about what you're looking at when you're talking about the calibers of bullets. And Timmy was asking me, do they kind of like go up because the number is larger? Does that mean it more powerful? Nope, not really. Like a 38, technically here, .38 is larger than .35, but 357s have more energy than the 38. So it is what it is. This 40 caliber, if you do like a measurement, I think 45s on average have about about 350 foot-pounds LPE of energy. So does a 9mm. So 45s and 9mm have pretty much the same power. And even though the 45 is a larger number than 40, but the 40 generally has about something over 400, 450. But really depending on how they load, what type of powder they use, and what type of weight of bullet, they can tweak that to one could be stronger, within certain confines than the other. So it's just a matter of, there are a lot of variables, y'all. These are just kind of generalities, but there are a lot of variables. Yeah. And like, okay, and another thing, case in point, if you have the 10mm, the 10mm is generally considered to be more powerful than the 9mm, the 45, the 40, which is pretty much the same caliber bullet, just in a longer casing. So it varies. So you can't say because something's 10mm is less powerful than all these other larger numbers, because it's not, it's not. It has actually, the way the case is and the ballistics on it is generally more powerful than most of them, except for the 44 Magnum. Most of the ones on their list, and it'll be, and of course, 50 caliber kind of exceeds all of them. If you're talking about BMG, and even some of the pistol loadings. But that's just something, quick little class for y'all. Peace. Alien Black out.